17 midshipmen watched practice on October 18th with just one goal in mind, being bestowed with the honor of becoming the 12th mid, getting the chance to represent their fellow students while at the same time living out a dream.
We're going to run the 20-yard pro agility and then a 40-yard dash as well. All right, and that information, the height, weight, and your test scores, and then watching you is going to be what they're going to use tomorrow to make the decision about who's going to come out and be the 12th mid.
First stop of the 17, a trip to the locker room to log the height and weight, as every inch and pound of this historic event is recorded. Outside, the man they need to impress knew what he wanted.
We'll look for speed and agility, a guy that we think can run down, cover a kick. It's not going to be rocket science, but we need somebody who can get down the field in a hurry.
Then 0 hour, as the mission was on.
No, you get two times. You get 2 times. Hey, we'll give you a little intermission in between. That way you can make it.
486.
Key to this thing is just keep your feet moving. Just keep them moving. Never stop. That's when you lose your grip. You start sliding all over the place.
Block. 444.
All eyes front and center, including those of fullback Kyle Eckel, as the interest level was high.
Set the cones where the hash is right in the middle, so they can run down the hash. Here we go.
475.
I really appreciate you guys coming out, and hopefully we'll have some fun with this thing.
Later that week, John McLaughlin was notified that he would be on the field against Delaware, and the co-captain of the club lacrosse team would try his hand at football.
I imagined this happening before, but being in this position, I couldn't even imagine it, and just really glad to be here. It means the world to me. Just if these guys really knew, if the guys on the team knew how much I've been a fan before I came here, now that I'm here, team's doing great. I'm just so happy I get to represent the other mids that don't get to play. And I really feel the same way I do. I just hope I could represent them well and contribute.
And the players, well, they like the idea of the 12th mid and the esprit de corps that comes with it.
I mean, I think it's a good thing, for the brigade. Just gets them more involved. I mean, they're screaming their heads off out at the game every week. So, it's just, I guess, kind of a way to, repay them back.
Shows the student body that, we need them, and we say it all the time. I think this is a good way of proving it to them that, they keep putting out for us and we keep putting out for them. They're going to get a shot too. I mean, it's a two-way street, and they keep doing it, we keep doing it, everybody's happy.
That's the first 5 minutes. Then we'll do punt return, and then the third 5-minute block, we do kickoff coverage. That'll be the third thing. I'll be yelling it. We'll be down here going that way.
And the 12th mid has the special privilege of wearing number 12, the retired jersey of former Heisman Trophy quarterback Roger Staubach.
Oh, it's amazing. When I first found out, I couldn't believe it. I really just added on to the whole situation, and the situation is still pretty surreal. I'm still trying to, get used to it.
Hopefully it'll be something John remembers the rest of his life.
When I think Navy football, I think tradition. Could this become a tradition?
Possibly it could. We'll just see how it goes, this time first, though.
It's going to be the best week of my Naval Academy career. I mean, 3.5 years of this place, going to be 4. I mean, it's funny how I'm just going to remember about 7 or 8 days. Those are the week and a half that's going to stand out in my mind. But, yeah, I can't believe it. I really can't believe it.
There you go. Good job. Two's up.
Yale arrived at the Palestra at noon, where head coach James Jones outlined the Bulldogs' game plan.
Well, tonight I think we have to do a good job rebounding the basketball. Transition defense is extremely important. A team that gets out in transition and gets some easy baskets is going to have obviously a better chance on winning. And then we got to make sure that we contain penetration, keep guys in front of us, and don't allow them to dribble, penetrate, and kick to wide open three-point shooters.
And the key matchup would see Edwin Drawn trying to contain the Quakers' Tim Begley.
He's going to be tough. He's going to be real difficult to defend Tim, because he's a very versatile player. And he's very, he's a senior just like me. He's very experienced.
Then, game time in a building where Yale had not won since the 96-97 season.
Let's start off strong right now. Start off strong, all right? Our game, we got to do it from the top. On 3. 1, 2, 3.
Penn jumped out to a quick 6-0 lead.
Time out. Come on. Alex, double high next time, double high.
The drawn Begley matchup wasn't going as planned. Yale was down by 10.
Make sure you got to step up on that hedge, Dexter. All right, because if you don't step up on that hedge, they get open jump shot because he penetrates too far. We got to stop that point of penetration as high as possible.
And Yale wasn't catching any breaks on the road.
No, 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 no. No, no, no. He tipped it. He tipped. Eddie. No, hey, Jeff. I got him.
He never touched the ball.
Well, how'd it go backwards then? How'd it go backwards?
He never touched the ball.
How'd it go backwards?
Ask him. He
No,
never.
I know, but how'd it go backwards if he didn't touch it?
He dribbled it. Ask him. He never touched it.
But how'd it go backwards though if he didn't touch it?
Dribble back.
He dribbled back and made it go back and back.
I
will ask him. Play like a team. We're not doing that right now. We got to finish off the half. 4 down.
Drawn did provide some leadership, but Penn led at halftime 37-22.
Possession by possession, basket by basket, 2 at a time, 3 at a time, 1 at the free throw at a time, all right? We ain't going to get it back in the first 5 minutes, all right? Grabbing the post. Hey, Dom. Come in, just stand up here. I know you're frustrated right now, okay? I know you're frustrated. Here's the thing, okay? On defense, okay? You can't let him go to his left shoulder. Okay, that's what he did when he scored down there. Just get on it, and he can't score, all right? Casey, come here. I need your intensity down there. Have a little pride about who you are. It's all about pride right now. All right, it's all about pride. We're down by 25. What are we going to do?
Penn won by 24, and a Yale road victory in Philadelphia would have to wait at least until next year. Haddonfield, New Jersey is a quiet community just across the Delaware River from Philadelphia. But when it comes to track and field, no female athlete ever made more noise than this resident. So Erin Donahue makes a bold move on the backstretch, and she wins going away. Erin Donahue rewrote the record book when it came to winning championships. In high school, Erin won 21 titles, including 15 of 16 group championships and 9 Meet of Champions gold medals. Mike Bussarello, one of her high school coaches, knew Erin was something special long before she ever entered Haddonfield High.
She was in 5th grade, and there was a race in town, and we took the cross-country team over to run the race. It was a preseason meet, and she was with her dad, and she beat everybody on the team, and she was in 5th grade. I had always heard of her, and then when I saw that, I realized at that point that she's exceptional.
But running was not where Erin expected to make her mark.
Well, I never really considered track, my first sport really until probably about my sophomore or junior year in high school, because I always thought of myself, in middle school and stuff, I played soccer and basketball, and up through my junior year in high school, I played basketball too, and really thought that would be my sport. And in the summer, I did the whole AAU thing and was traveling all around for that.
So who impressed the former Bulldog guard who was part of 2 Group 1 basketball title teams?
My favorite athletes to watch were always, like Allen Iverson and Michael Jordan and stuff growing up, so I was never really looking at track athletes.
Not only was Erin an outstanding distance runner during her time at Haddonfield, she was also great at throwing the javelin.
You knew she was a good runner. Whenever we drive through town, she's always running. And then when they said they wanted her to try to throw the javelin, I kind of laughed at first, not realizing that I think her first time she threw 95 feet just out of nowhere. So very impressive.
A couple of girls who I'd played basketball with were throwing it, and I just picked it up, and I did pretty well in a couple little dual meets and stuff, and I just stuck with it, and it turned out to go pretty well. So.
A 4-time NCAA All-American, Donahue was part of the 2003 national champion distance medley relay team. That same season, she helped the Tar Heels to 3 titles at the Penn Relays, without the fanfare that, let's say, the men's basketball team received.
Nope, just wasn't quite the same, When they won their championship, I guess, 50 or 60,000 people were out in the street, but not so much for the women's distance medley teams.
You've been able to excel at the high school level and then take it that next step where, you know, a lot of times people just kind of fade away?
Well, you definitely, you know, it's not like high school because every single race you go to is going to be like your national championship race in high school. And you really have to be mentally ready to step up to that race-wise. And just training every day, you have to take it to another level. And, you know, you're not going to have quite as much success, especially at first. And that's something that's tough to deal with, but that, you know, I've worked through over the course of 4 years. So.
And her contribution to the UNC track team is almost immeasurable.
Oh, she's meant the world to the program. She came in out of high school as one of the top high school runners and has brought that attitude of it's win at all costs, and I'm going to do everything I possibly can, and that attitude is infectious. You don't find too many competitors like Erin Donahue, male, female, it doesn't matter. She's one of the great competitors of all time.
And her teammates know that no matter what Erin tries next, she will succeed.
Erin's one of the best runners I've ever run with my whole entire life, and I think she just possesses everything that a true champion is. She has heart and toughness, and she'll be awesome.
Where does it go from here?
Well, hopefully I'll be, you know, hearing about getting a job or something in the next couple weeks. Then I plan to keep training, you know, through the 2008 Olympic trials, and just keep on running, at least till then.
When you watch Brett Gordon play quarterback, it's obvious. He's comfortable, confident, and in control.
I mean, there's no question he's one of the better quarterbacks in any division, you know, Division I or Division III. I mean, he's one of the very best quarterbacks in the country.
That stands to reason because it's in his blood. His grandfather, Andy, was a Villanova quarterback from 1946 through 48, leading the Wildcats to 2 postseason bowl games. His father, Drew, called signals for the Cats from 69 through 71 and faced the likes of Maryland, Boston College, Temple, and Navy. And now Brett is making his mark in the Villanova record books as well. And Brett knew at an early age that he'd be taking the center snap.
I remember when I was younger in grade school and when we'd go out to recess and would play touch football, messing around, I usually ended up being the quarterback for one of the teams. So I guess in that sense, yeah. And then once you know, I got into the competitive football, it was always a natural fit for me.
Brett had a storied career at LaSalle High in the Philadelphia Catholic League, winning the Maxwell Award in 1997 as the Player of the Year, doing it under the watchful eye of his father, the quarterback coach.
I think the relationship that we had developed over the years got a little bit intense in senior year, and probably more my fault than anything. I think you were trying to differentiate between the father and the coach, and the coach said you got to push the person harder, and the father said, boy, I wish I could just sit in the stands and enjoy this.
Then it was time for college, and believe it or not, Brett says he didn't feel the pressure to continue the family tradition at Villanova.
No, it really wasn't anything like that at all. I think my dad stayed, he didn't really try to push me one way or the other in support of Villanova or against it. And I think that was good. He really allowed me to visit places and make my own decisions and go where I felt most comfortable.
In all fairness to him as a person maturing and growing up is you got to make a decision. And if I'm sitting there influencing it or trying to do something about it, I'm not really doing him any good.
Still, only 2 schools were in the running for his services.
It really came down to here in Lehigh. And, you know, I like both places, but to me, Villanova just made more sense.
Today, the father and son relationship is as strong as ever, and Brett says they talk daily. But since Brett has better numbers, does he get to do most of the talking?
Well, that's the one thing. It is a different era in terms of we throw the ball a lot more now than they did when he was here. So, actually, he does most of the talking in the conversations. I just kind of take everything in.
Brett Gordon is truly a scholar athlete. He graduated last May with a degree in business. Now he's working on a marketing degree. And on the field, he has some unfinished business there, too.
I know for me personally and the rest of the guys that were coming back, and even guys that I still talk to who left after last year, you know, there is a sense of some unfinished business that we're hopefully, you know, can take care of this season.